goodness. Okay. All right. Hi, you all. Hello. So we are here back again for day 5 of our Tuck-in Time with Shena is what we're calling it. And we are reading Iyanla Vanzant's book, One Day My Soul Just Opened Up. So hopefully you saw the alert and you're getting yourself organized and ready to hear this good reading. The message today is willingness. So we're going to go through and read willingness, the working definition, the commentary, and then remember I'll share with you the journaling questions. It looks like a couple of these things I'm going to answer live right on the spot. So if there are times in the book when I didn't do the homework, I don't know, how do I turn this? You can see it. Then I'll just fill it in as I go along. All right, so we'll do that. And hoping that everybody had a good day. My day was very full. And I'm looking forward to reading this section and then heading off to bed. So hopefully, you had a good day as well. So let's get started. I am going to have a little tea first. I love my tea. I never drank coffee. Growing up, I wasn't allowed to, so I never um, got a acquired taste for it. And even the smell of coffee bothers me. I did it again. I forgot to put this microphone on. I don't know why I keep doing that, and I can't remember. I don't know why I can't remember. I also looks like someone is joining me. Who is that? Are you gonna say hello? Someone keeps popping in and out of this wonderful, wonderful time together. Um, I went live today and read the Read With Me, the Bible, and we finished up 2 Corinthians, so we'll start Galatians tomorrow. But it looks like I didn't sign off on the video, so it kept playing. I haven't been brave enough to go back and watch it and see what is on the camera. But anyways, let's get going. We are on day 5, and so God, let's just say a prayer. We thank you for what we're going to hear as we read these words, and may they help someone this evening, like this section has helped me in the past. And thank you for just being able to revisit this book at this time. And may your perfect will be done, Jesus. That's all, just your perfect will. Honor the divine with willingness. This is day 5. Working definition. The principle we are working with today is willingness. It is a state of mental and emotional receptivity. The will is the controlling and directive faculty of the mind that determines consciousness and character. Willingness is a state of consciousness that allows the mental faculty to be infused with the will of the divine. Commentary on willingness. There goes my eye again. Sorry. There have been times when I knew exactly what needed to be done to bring resolution in the midst of conflict, an end to an unbearable situation, clarity at a time of confusion and chaos. I knew what to do, but I was not always willing to do it. More often than not, I was afraid of the outcome. I was not willing to make people angry or hurt their feelings. I was not willing to take the first step, particularly if I could not see where that step would lead or if I was afraid of where it might lead. I was not willing to sound weird or stupid or like I know it all. I was not willing to run the risk of being wrong. I was not willing or prepared to defend myself if I were challenged. Yes, I admit I knew what needed to be done, but I was not willing to do it. I was in resistance. Okay, hi Acacia. Happy Sunday, here to support. I appreciate that support. Just settle in and listen up. We're reading day 5, which is about willingness. And that's where we are. If this is your first time watching, I forgot to say this. My name's Shena Major, and I'm a life coach. And basically, that means I've been through some things. And if what I say or you hear resonates with you, I can kind of guide you through it because we're here to strengthen one another and help each other. All right. So here we go. Resistance to doing what we know must be done in a derivative of fear. Fear is a tool of the ego. Fear, cleverly disguised as resistance, supports unwillingness. We are unwilling to be wrong, to look or sound stupid, to be challenged or defeated. The more entrenched we become in resistance, the further we move away from a state of willingness. The divine does not remember our errors or calculate our perceived defeats, nor does the divine energy of life judge our methods or choices. The divine merely asks us to be willing to do whatever is necessary to move into our own state of divinity, which means that we must develop wisdom, judgment, and courage through willingness. In many of the experiences we face in life, it is not that we don't know what to do or say. The greatest percentage of the time, we don't know how to do or say it. Willingness enables you to say what is required at any given time. Let's read that again. Willingness enables you to say what is required at any given time. It infuses your consciousness with the spirit of love, which will miraculously spill forth from your mouth when you are courageous enough to allow it. At those times when we do know what to say and how to say it, we cannot figure out when or if to say it. Willingness ignites the spark of divine judgment that leads you to the portal of perfect timing or silence, whichever you deem to be most appropriate at the time. Speaking for myself, I will say I usually know exactly what to do and how to do it. As a rational thinking being, I daydream, I imagine. In these imaginative states, I would see and hear myself saying and doing things that I dared not do. In my right mind, this right mind was the people pleasing part of my ego that cut willingness off at the knees. Willingness, I have discovered, fosters and builds a courageous character. We all need the courage in order to be willing to honor the divine in the face of our human challenges. Willingness strengthens the connection between the physical mind and the divine or spiritual mind. The outgrowth of this connection is a sound spiritual character. When you are willing to be a true representative of divine energy, you realize the necessity to build a solid spiritual foundation. You know to pray first. You trust that the answer will come forth. You act on what your heart tells you. Knowing the divine always speaks the truth directly into your heart. Your feeling nature. Let's read that again. You act on what your heart tells you, knowing the divine always speaks the truth directly into your heart, your feeling nature. When you are willing to build a spiritual foundation, you know you will be protected and guided, and you will be infused with the light and love of the divine. This infusion is spiritual in nature and may show up looking pretty weird on the physical level. When you are in a state of spiritual willingness, doing or saying what your spirit tells you to do or say, people will not always be happy with you. You, they will think, are being a royal pain in the behind. You, they will accuse, are disturbing the status quo. You, they will attack, are keeping them from having their way. On the other hand, in your state of willingness, you may be the only vessel available to the divine at any given moment. The divine always needs a vessel to pour forth its energy. Mark Twain once said, "You may be the only Bible somebody else reads." If this statement is in fact true, we owe it to ourselves and the divine to present ourselves as clear, supportive, and encouraging of information. To be a divine holy book requires the kind of courage that willingness will develop. Willingness does not mean that people will agree with you or that things will always go the way you think or feel they should. On the other hand, willingness leads to cooperation. Cooperation demonstrates a willingness to move beyond your way of thinking. When even one person in a situation is willing and able to let go, tension is relieved. When there is no tension, there is peace. Peace is the energy of the divine. Willingness does not make your life easier. What it will do, however, is make it easier for you to move through every experience that may comfort you in life. Having the courage to speak your mind and tell the truth from a position of love rather than anger or fear. Okay, I just lost my place. Okay, let's read that sentence again. Having the courage to speak your mind and tell the truth from a position of love rather than anger or fear, being open to accept the views of others without feeling threatened or defeated, relinquishing the ego's need to be in control by demonstrating the willingness to do whatever it takes to establish peace. All these types of willingness lead to growth. You grow in mental agility, spiritual fortitude, and divine stamina. Divinely ordered thinking is another outgrowth of true willingness. When you are willing to give up your thoughts to divine mind, you receive divine guidance. This guidance enables you to elevate your feelings to a divine nature, the nature of love, openness, and peace. As your divine nature unfolds, you become willing to do more than pray. You become willing to march in pursuit of those things that are in your best interest and the best interest of the world around you. Willingness is an active declaration that life is a divine game, but it is your move. When you move, you want to be able to make it through difficulties and challenges. Be willing to be strong. Be willing to walk the extra mile. Be willing to fall down, get up, and fall again, knowing that divine counsel is only a moment of stillness away. Of all the spiritual principles that take us into moments of grace, willingness is one that teaches us that. When we are willing to give up everything we have, the divine will replace it with 10 times more. I like that. All right. The commentary journal prompts says, after reading today's commentary, I realized and I wrote, willingness is a state of consciousness that allows the mind to be infused with the will of the divine. Willingness builds a courageous character. When you're in a state of willingness, people may not always be happy with you. The next journal prompt says, the key phrase or phrases I want to remember and work with today. I will be a vessel the divine uses today. I wrote, where there is no tension, there is peace. Peace is the energy of the divine. Be willing to give up my thoughts to the divine mind, and I will receive divine guidance. All right, the next section is morning willingness affirmation. So remember, this the days in this book are set up with the evening, and then you wake up the next morning and read the affirmations. And this is what they say: I am willing to be still. I am willing to trust the divine presence within me. I am willing to trust the divine in the stillness of my thoughts. I am willing to trust the divine with the secrets of my heart. I am willing to trust the divine with the essence of my life force, my spirit. I am willing to hear the voice of the divine. I am willing to know the will of the divine. I am willing to surrender myself to the presence of the divine. I know that the divine force of life cares for me, speaks to me, loves me, and protects me. For this I am so grateful, and so it is. The next section is Let me remember. Let me remember, thy will, not my will, be done. I will to will thy will. The will of the divine is my salvation. To be willing is to be courageous. I like that. Okay, now the evening willingness journal prompts. I did not do the homework this night, so let's see what I will answer in this very moment. It says, today I discovered the things I was most willing to do made me feel, all right, today the things I was most willing to do made me feel accomplished. Um, it made me feel like I was answering the call in my life. Today I discovered the things I was most willing to do. Let's come up with one more. Made me feel hopeful. The next journal prompt says, today I discovered that when I became resistant, I felt, well, let's see. Okay, today I discovered that when I became resistant, I felt as if like maybe I wasn't giving my very best, or perhaps I was being lazy. When I became resistant, it um, made me feel like, why wouldn't you want to push through? And my specific example, I'm thinking about the video I did today, the 29-day challenge. And I think the resistance was just being tired and, not using that as an excuse for why I'm not going to do something I said I was going to do or I promised myself. And the third journal prompt says, the things I have resisted and now feel ready to do are. Oh, okay. The things I have resisted and now feel ready to do are just continue to be myself, continue to show up on this channel and share what I know, and not let not let fear get in the way anymore, but be willing, like this message said, just to be courageous, just to push through and see what's going to happen on the other side. Because if I'm in Christ and with God, nothing can go wrong, right? All is well because our God lives on the inside of us. So that concludes our talk-in time tonight on willingness. So what are you willing to do or not do, and why or why not? What's keeping you? What resistance are you putting up? Think about these things. Go back and use these journal prompts that I read and answer them for yourself. And don't be afraid to do the work. Don't be afraid to do the work, because when we do the work, that's how we heal. All right, so tomorrow's day 6, and we're going to learn about creativity. So that sounds good. All right, you guys, good night. Thank you for joining me for Talking Time. Hope you have a peaceful sleep, and I will see you back here tomorrow. All right, bye. Thank you, Acacia. Have a good night, honey.